Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more variable Barricade, just continuing Shion's board. And in our new chapter, but our last segment of his board, the perfect payback. The perfect payback. We're gonna make him play with kittens. I'm just guessing. Anyway, the following morning,
Miss Spacey, it's already 10 o'clock. I think it's about time you got up.
leave me alone!
I'm afraid I cannot do that. Everyone's concerned about you, you know.
I woke up at my usual time, but stayed under the covers. I didn't even get up for breakfast.
Please make sure you come down for lunch.
Once it seemed like Kasuga had left, I flopped back down on my pillows. Why is everyone worried about me? And where was this concern yesterday? Just as I began to shake with uncontrollable anger, I got a notification on my phone. Ugh, who is it now?
I'm sure you're getting hungry, right? I've made some tasty treats just for you.
Is he trying to lure me out with food? This shows what you know. I have a whole supply of cookies under my bed. I closed the Wiz app and buried my head in my pillows. Climb out the window. Again? Are you serious? Or how about a relaxing drive? Just let me know when you want to go. I'm waiting to hear from you. Jogging really clears the mind. Maybe you should go. Today's a really nice day, so maybe we could go together. Come out already. Or come on already. Or come on out already. God, I can't read Tyga's frickin' lines. Jesus, it's easy too. My mood worsened with each of their attempts to gauge my mood. Now what? Hey, if you don't want to go jogging, I'm open to freeze tag and shadow tag. Cops and robbers is also fun. Ugh. Now they're just tag teaming it. If you don't come out of there soon, you're gonna start growing mold. Can't you come up with something better than that? I have a great idea for a driving date. First, we'll have lunch at a pristine cafe with snow-white decor. Then I'll take you to an art museum and a neat hole-in-the-wall... Oh, and some neat hole-in-the-wall places I know. And ideally, I'd like to go to the aquarium or an amusement park as the sun sets. Those places can be incredibly romantic in the evening. Wouldn't that be the perfect place for us to go? For our last stop, it goes without saying we'll toast at a restaurant with a view. Ugh! It's like he's writing a novel, and he's the person that I hate. That's like, ding, 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 I'm gonna kill you! Stop texting me! I get so irritated by my text noises. If my phone's on mute, it's different. But, like, I had to change my family one, so it would just be like, bing, 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 bing. Because the normal, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, whatever my fucking text noise is, when it was my family going back and forth, and you'd have, like, 3 people going back, you're like, I am going to throw my phone through the fucking window! Because it just triggers me. I don't know, it's annoying. I hate the sound. It's just constant. It's just constant, 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 constant. Stop it! It's really how I feel at work when I'm sitting there and somebody has their instant messenger on and their computer sounds on and it's like, ba-ding, 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 I will kill you, shut your fucking computer off! Like, so annoying. So, you know, hearing the text noise constantly, Ichiya, I'm gonna kill you. I get it. I get the rage. I'm getting secondhand rage because it's making me think of my text noise. Like, oh my god. It's to the point now where I get any text and I'm like, what? Just because of the noise. I know I need to change it, but like, it doesn't matter. It's gonna, that noise, and the new noise is gonna piss me off too. I don't know. I have something wrong with me that like simple sounds frickin' irritate the shit out of me. I don't know. Seriously, out of all the potential grooms in the world, why were these ones chosen? Now it feels like my mood's completely subject to one of them. Everyone was so worried about him, but what's up with that nonchalant attitude of his? The reason I'm holding him in my room in the first place is because of what happened last night. 30 minutes after Kasuga left to go get him, Shion came back, acting like nothing had happened.
Hey, sorry that took so long.
Shion, are you alright? Seeing Shion smile and nod made me feel relieved for a moment. Where have you been? What happened?
Well, the short version, I guess, is I was casually abducted and held captive.
They're all like, casually? So, she was right in thinking you were kidnapped. did this to you? It was one of my friends who used to take care of me before. I knew it. One of your damn sugar daddies. See, Taiga's the only one who'll call it like it is. You're not a kept man, some of your friends. It's a sugar daddy. You were a sugar baby. Someone, thank you, Taiga. High five. Calling it like it is. We'd parted ways amicably enough, but he happened to see me tonight and just came after me. Wait, he was trying to force you to get back together? Yeah, sort of. It's a little hard to describe our relationship because it's not romantic. But still, he abducted you! That must have been scary. Are you okay, Shion? I'm fine. I'm used to it. I'm sorry, but I think you need to check your life when you're used to being abducted by your prior sugar daddies or mommies. I'm just saying, when you're like, this happens to me a lot, maybe we need to analyze why that is and fix it. I don't know. Used to it? Are you saying this has happened to you before? Yeah, I've got a lot of friends who are a bit overbearing, and they can be a handful. He's seriously acting like this is normal. Also, it's a little strange that you're sugar daddy and you weren't romantic. But he paid for you to hang around. Like, I'm just kind of curious how that works. You were just a friend sugar baby? I kind of just want to be a friend sugar baby. Like, I want someone to pay for me just to be their friend. Nothing romantic, no sex, no, it's never going to be romantic. You just want me to, like, hang out because I'm cool. Like, all right. Pay me to take nap. I'm just saying, I'm still into this. I'm still into this idea. But now I have Spacey. He really shouldn't do that when you're around, so I gave him a little talking to, and he definitely got the message. Talking to? I wonder what he said. No clue. One thing's for sure, though. I'm not getting involved any further. Shion, your smile's a little scary. And that's the long and short of it. So, Spacey, if something like that happens again, you don't have to worry about me. I cannot believe you. But I'm yours now. It's only natural that you'd be my priority. If I ever get taken somewhere, I'll always come back to you. I promise. So you can feel better now. I mean, that's nice if someone tries to, like, take your dog will come back to you. But, like, you're a human being, and people shouldn't be kidnapping you, and this shouldn't even be a concern. You're completely missing the point. What I'm trying to say is... never mind. From the moment I met him, he's continually shown that he depends on others to live. In fact, he enjoys that kind of lifestyle. I mean, I'm just saying, it's worth trying. I can't believe he lives his life however his partners want. It's more like being their pet. I mean, okay, that's the part where you're like, if it's more like... It really depends. It depends. Depends on the person who's paying me. Like... Again, if it's just like, all right, we're going to a fancy cocktail party, put on a nice dress. Is this one okay? Well, like, whatever. If you're going to, like, tell me what to wear and how to, like, no, won't do it. But if you're like, nah, babe, whatever you want to wear, I don't even give a crap. Just show up and look pretty. All right. I'll show up and look pretty. I'll go to your parties. I don't like going out, but, like, fuck it. I'll go. You're paying so I can stay home and nap all day. And, like, all I have to do is once in a while show up at a party and pretend I give a fuck? Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, I go to work 3 days a week and pretend I give a fuck, so I think I can handle it. And I'd probably be making more than I do at my job. So I'm just saying. But I'm yours now. It's only natural that you'd be my priority. It's also a really weird way of phrasing it. Like, you're my priority. I told him she's my priority. I can't hang out with you. Like, sweetie. All he wants is for me to be his next owner. Which is funny, because that's kind of Nayuta, too. Wait a minute. Shion wants you to own him. Nayuta wants you to own him. Okay? And then, like, so there's, like, an ownership thing, but, like, with Nayuta, he's also, like, punish me. But Ichiya kind of enjoys it when you get mad at him, too. But I think it's just because he's like, everything you do is beautiful. And he's got problems. So I'm just saying. What's Taiga's damage? They're all a little, I mean, they're all getting a little more complex than we thought. I wish I could say I was joking. There was an unexpected knock at the door. Is that Kasuga again? He must have gotten tired of waiting. Perhaps he's angry with me. Maybe we should talk after all. I was really not in the mood for a lecture, but I felt like I had no choice but to open the door. It's going to be Shion. Come on. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad you came out.
Shion, you're not supposed to be on this floor.
Jeeves let me through. In return, I had to make sure you'd come out of your room.
Kasuga did this for my sake, huh? Well, you know what, Kasuga? I find that rude. Because I was coming out for you, and it turned out to be Shion, and now it looks like I came out because Shion knocked on my door, and not because it was you. See, Kasuga, you're just hurting me and you at this point, right? Just, because now you're like just over there thinking,
oh, she opened the door for Shion, but she wouldn't open the door for me. I opened the door because I thought it was you! Stop it! I only love you!
I kind of like the rest of the boys a little bit. They're growing on me. I mean, this game is really fun, but Kasuga's my number one. Always! Kasuga, you will always be my number one. Stop it. Anyway. I'm not feeling so well. I tried to close the door.
No, wait!
Shion thrust his hand into the doorway without hesitation. I could have closed the door in his fingers. You probably should have. He didn't normally behave like that, so it caught me by surprise a bit.
I'm so sorry, Spacey.
And what are you sorry for? I feel like this is very symbolic of our relationship. I'm sorry. Why are we sorry?
I don't know.
Right. I'm going to need you to go back to your room and think about that. Oh my god, he's our child. Shit.
Everything I've done. And Taiga and the others told me, you were really worried about me, weren't you? I thought what happened was no big deal because I'm used to it. I'm sorry. I was insensitive.
For once, Shion was being serious. I stayed quiet and listened to what he had to say. Oh my god, did he just grow? Slightly? Lovely.
And so I wanted to apologize. I wanted to make it up to you. I'll do anything you say if you'll let me.
When you say anything, I mean, I'm sure he means anything because he's used to getting paid to do anything. But also, it's funnier because he's like, anything. And you're like, I'm going to make you play with kittens. We're kind of a sadistic bitch. I kind of like it. I'm just saying.
Anything means anything. If you want me to do something for you or go somewhere with you, I'll do it.
That got me thinking. Well, now that he's given me the option, it wouldn't be bad to see him sweat a bit. He can be such a careless fool sometimes. I want to get him back just a little. See, I feel like in this instance, you were like, oh, I'm going to torture the fuck out of you. But, like, you won't do it to Nayuta? I think it's because Nayuta would enjoy it. And you're like, whoa, no. I'm doing this to Shion because he's going to hate it. What does that say about us? I mean, we're not just torturing him for the fun of it. We're like, you made me worried, and you're an insensitive prick. So I'm going to make you fucking play with kittens as payback. Enjoy your punishment, bitch! And then later, if I'm feeling good, I might step on Nayuta just to give him a present because he's a good boy. Like, I mean, the relationships are really fucked up in this game. I enjoy it. There is just so much wrong with all of them. At this point, Taiga looks the most normal, and I never thought we'd get to this. I didn't think I'd be where I'm like, Taiga is like the least of our problems. Like, shit. He is just, so far, he's pretty normal. Like, I can't wait till we find out what his damage is, because, like, all of them are a little fucked. Like, I mean, so far Ichi is just extremely overdramatic and, like, cheesy, but but he's on shaky ground with Nayuta being like, you like getting punished, don't you? You like getting punished, don't you, Ichiya? It's like that whole fucking Krabby Patty Squidward thing, right?
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
You know, so, like, it's like, do you? Wait, you might a little bit. You might not realize it, like, oh shit, like, you might be developing a fetish. And, like, Taiga's over there like, I'm just gonna go back and play with the motorcycle man. And you're like, see, normal. Kind of normal. Asshole, but normal. We're used to this. I never thought Taiga would be the basic bitch. And out of all these motherfuckers. This game is fun. So fun. Anyway. Yes, he can be such a careless fool sometimes. I want to get him back just a little. We read that. You really mean it, right? Anything? An idea came to me just at that moment, and I whispered it into Shion's ear. Shion looked surprised, then immediately nodded with a smile. We're like, anything, right? And he's like, yes. Of course, gladly. I smiled when I saw Shion's expression. It was like my bad mood had completely evaporated, because she's planning to torture him! Oh, just you wait, Shion. I love it! I love it! Oh god, this is good. This is going to be fun. I love this game. I got ready and left with Shion to go around town. I really didn't expect you to ask me on a date. So where do you want to go? A high street boutique, shopping for home decor, or maybe... Right here! As we arrived at our destination, I let out the smile that I'd been desperately trying to hold back. I know, I'm smiling with glee because I know what's happening. Shion's face turned pale. Huh? Here? Let's go! Wait, you're joking, right? Please, this has to be a joke. No, I can't. What? And there's a CG! Look at all the kitties! Look at this torture CG! It's torture porn, but it's just cute fucking... Look at these cute fucking kitties! Look at them all over him! Oh, I mean, two of them, you can only see, like, the back of their head or his legs, but the other two, oh, look at all the little Kit Kats! Oh, that's so cute! Blonde boys in green, and cats. I'm just saying. We had Shiraishi, who was blonde and wore, like, lime green, and now we've got Shion. Ah! That's just what I got. That's just all of a sudden what he reminded me of the color palette going on here. Except for Shiraishi would be thrilled as fuck to play with the kitties. I love that freaking little, like, Siamese kitty or whatever it is. Whatever it is. He's not a Siamese kitty, but he's got the same colors. That little one with the blue eyes. And the other one's little fucking sad kitty face is adorable. God, I love these cats. Anyway. Why? How? There are so many cats in here. Seeing Shion turn an even whiter shade of pale put the biggest smile on my face. I love that we're torturing him with cats. That's because it's a cat cafe. Are you sure this is the place you want to go with me? Positive. Just using cat puns. I hear you. Stop. Okay. Hey, you. You're getting way too close for comfort. Don't climb on me now. Not my arm. I've got my eye on you too over there. Ew, don't lick me. Why are you all coming only to me? I've got enough problems with actual humans falling all over me. Get away! Ha! I got him. Shion was usually quite composed, but these cats terrified him to his core. I was absolutely delighted to have orchestrated such a rare spectacle. I thought you didn't have any interest in pets, Spacey. I just don't have one yet. I love animals. Love. I dreamed of hearing you say that word, but this is a total nightmare. They've really taken a shine to you. You should play with them more. He's looking at us like... But he's looking at us and it's such a terrifying... But his sexy eyes, but he's like, I hate this. Yeah, you have such sexy eyes right now, even though in your scared face. Like, it's also sad and slightly pathetic. He's like, do you really want to hurt me like this? And you're like, yes, actually, I love this. I don't know. Oh, I like that we're being a little evil. This is fun. Okay, Spacey, I get it. I completely and totally understand that you're still very angry with me. I'm so sorry I'll never upset you again. This also feels so wrong. We're like, bring him to a cage. He's like, I won't ever make you mad again, master. I'm sorry. And you're like, you better not, or I'm gonna make you play with fucking kittens next time. Like, could you imagine people watching this like, this girl tortures her boyfriends with cats. He made her mad, and she brings him to a cat cafe because he's terrified of cats. Holy shit. This girl's fucking insane. I also love the fact that if we married Shion and he ever pissed us off, we'd be like, cat cafe. And he'd be like, I'm sorry, whatever. And like, it's just... I like that this is how we punish him. We just take him to a cat cafe. I mean, I feel like that's pretty tame compared to what we could do. I don't know how you're gonna... Oh, well, you punish Nayuta by not stepping on him or punishing him. You're like, are you ready for punishment? Yeah, I'm not gonna punish you. What? Because you've been a bad boy. You don't get punished. You have to deal with not being punished. How do you like that? No! Step on me, please! It'd be really hard to get around. I love this game because it just makes me think these things, and I'm like, what is wrong with this shit? I love it. Anyway.
So please, for the love of everything, help me.
Hey! Stop it! You are being a bad bird. I will send you to a cat cafe. Oh my god, no I wouldn't. Shion's desperate cries amuse me more than I thought they would. Maybe I have a bit of a sadistic side. As he asks for help, I rally more cats. Pick the cats up. Oh, I feel like we should be nice to him and, like, pick the cats up would be, like, rally more cats would be, like, more torture and mean. But I think, like, because we're trying to get love points with him, I suppose picking the cats up to be, like, taking them away from him. Let's see. Okay, my guide is frozen. Awesome. Well, it's not working. It's totally frozen. My thing doesn't want to work. Okay. So I don't know. There we go. Yes, pick the cats up. Okay. Romance up. I guess it's time to let him off the hook. I first picked up the cat in Shion's lap.
You're going to help me?
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you.
I think Shion wanted to smile, but couldn't because of the cats clinging to him. I love the fact that they're just all over him.
I guess while we're here, I can confidently say I need you.
You could try to manage on your own.
With all these cats? No way.
I pulled the cats off Shion as best I could. I didn't want to irritate them, though, so I had to do it one at a time. Each one I removed whined and cried like it didn't want to leave Shion. The cats know when you don't like them. Birds know when you don't like... Animals know when you are, like, not in it. If you're like, I'm not a dog person. I don't really know how to deal with dogs. You know, it's like, I don't, like, mind people's dogs. I don't hate dogs or anything, but I'm like, I don't really know dog. And dogs are always like, hi! I think dogs like most people. You know, unless you're a complete douche. But most of the time, but then it's like, dogs! And you're like, I don't know what to do with you, dog. Like, I'll pay you, but like, dog, like. And, like, it's just, maybe it's just me, because, like, maybe dog people don't notice, but, like, I don't feel like birds have a, I mean, birds have a smell if you sniff them. If you stuff your face into your bird and you go, they have bird smell. But they're not, like, bird smell. Maybe other people are like, ew, bird smell. But, like, I'm always like, dog smell. There's always a dog smell. And people are like, no, I wash my dog. No, but there's a dog smell. Dogs have a smell, and you pet them, and then you smell like a dog. Like, and it's just not, like, and I think it's because you're not, if you're a dog person, it doesn't bother you, because you're like, oh, okay, dog smell. Like, oh, cat smell, like, but if you're not a cat person, you're like, ew, cats! Like, you know what I mean? There's just something that's like, you know, where you're like, oh, it's a dog smell. It's kind of like white people when you get wet. If you go out in the rain, and then you're like, what smells like a wet dog? Oh, it's me. My friend didn't know that, you know, that she was like, somebody told me white people smell like wet dogs. I'm like, yes, you do. I mean, I'm a white people too. I smell like a wet dog. And I'm like, yeah, no. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, no. You don't notice it. But you ever notice when if you get a little bit wet in the rain, you're like, what is that smell? It's you. It's you. You're white. You got wet. You smell like a wet dog. I don't know. It's fucking true, man. Not like when you take a shower, but like it's something about like the rain or something with just a little bit. There's that weird thing if you were soaked, doesn't count, but like if it's just a little bit or like a tiny little sprinkle of rain, you're fine. But it's that somewhere in that middle where you're like, I'm not soaked, but I'm not totally dry, and there's just this weird area of just dampness where you're like, what is that wet dog smell? And it's you. For some fucking reason, just damp white people smell like wet dogs. I don't know. It's a phenomenon. But it's unpleasant, you know what I mean? And it's a dog smell, and I find it unpleasant, and I think dog people don't notice it, because they're like, no, my dog listen, and you're like, no, it smells like a dog, your dog smells like a dog, and I don't know, and I'm not a huge fan of dog smell. So when you notice it more, you know? I don't know, it's went in a whole weird thing, but, you know. But it's like cats have they're like, you don't like me! They're like, he does not like cats. Let's go. I think his cats are sadistic little fucks. Come on, let's be honest. They're cute, but they're assholes. All animals are assholes. Mine's being very quiet right now, thank God. Anyway. I'm so sorry, you little cuties. Shion's a meanie and doesn't like you. But don't worry, I'll give you plenty of attention.
I don't think I've ever seen you smile like that before today. I'm a little disappointed I wasn't the one to bring that smile out of you, though.
Well, you kind of were. Because torturing you was a little fun.
And maybe I could learn something from these kittens.
Does that mean you like animals a little more now?
Not at all! I take back what I just said. I can figure it out without their help. Just get them off me.
Yeah. Shion's expression grew more and more relieved with each cat removed. I just love the fact that they all piled on him. I enjoyed watching his mood change as I continued to pick up the cats, one after another. I like the fact that we just tortured the fuck out of this man. It was amazing. It was beautiful. I love it. Shion was still wallowing in self-pity even after we left the cat cafe. Don't fall for it.
I reek of those beasts, and I'm covered in their filthy hair. Now let's hurry and get home so I can shower.
It'll take some time before Shion gets back to his usual self. Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta beat it out of him, like with cats. I didn't think it'd be that bad for him. I mean, I was upset with him, but I might have gone too far. Dude, no, stop it. It was worth it. But it allowed me to see a surprising side to Shion, so I'd call it a win. Yeah, see, she doesn't feel that bad.
You look like you're having fun, Spacey. Do you enjoy seeing me in such pain?
I smirked at Shion, who looked slightly resentful. You did say anything, Shion, and this is what you get. That's how I felt. You know that terror? Thinking something was wrong? Yeah, fuck you!
Yes, how could I forget?
But you learned something, didn't you? This is what happens when you say, I'll do anything so carelessly. I just really thought that also for worrying me and being a dick. What would you have done if I'd wanted you to do something worse?
I see. You're right.
Shion smiled happily despite getting lectured by a woman younger than him. Why are you smiling?
I had a dreadful time, but you seem to enjoy yourself, Spacey. He's like, I like getting lectured by you.
Oh god, all of them. All of them are fucked. Well,
and it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. I found out you love me more than I thought.
Okay. Pushes him away slowly by the forehead. Barricade battle? Oh, right. Doesn't this happen in, we don't do anything with these. Stop it! Bad bird! He's busting down our fences. I'm just so fucking annoyed because my bird will not shut his motherfucking mouth up right now. He's screaming. Oh, look, it picked him up. Fall down! You stop it! I do not want to hear that disgusting fucking noise out of you, and you know it. And I should not be yelling at you because you're just going to keep making that noise. But Jesus fucking Christ, it's like listening to my phone constantly, like ding, 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 with people texting me, him making that noise, and it's just like a trigger. I hate it so goddamn much. I love you, but you need to stop it. Stop being so conceited. I don't love you.
Do I detect a hint of red in your cheeks? You never say exactly what you're thinking. And that's what's so cute about you.
Well, he's being awfully forward.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I picked up my pace and left Shion to catch up. I'm leaving.
Hey, wait up.
You were the one who said you wanted to head back. I turned back around and saw Shion holding out his hand.
I don't want to be kidnapped again. You'll have to hold my hand.
Isn't he supposed to be protecting me? Shion's hand was so delicate, smooth, and beautiful. He's still such a mystery, though, and his thoughts are often inscrutable. But I had started to glimpse an interesting side of him. So, for now, I'll agree. Just this once.
Don't let go, okay?
I grabbed Shion's hand somewhat roughly and started walking again. I like how he's like,
I might get kidnapped again. You should hold my hand.
So manipulative, but cute. I like it. I appreciate it. When Shion and I returned home from our outing, there was a big commotion in front of the house. Yo, Nayuta, the vase looks expensive as hell. Do not drop it. You got it, but it's so huge, I can't see where I'm going. And this is a massive amount of stuff.
Oh, looks like the delivery already got here.
Hey, Shion, Spacey, welcome back. Shion has all this junk yours.
Technically speaking, I would say it's all Spacey's.
I think you need to explain.
It's an apology for my friend who abducted me. I requested a gesture of goodwill.
This is Goodwill? He's like, oh, I have a lot of stuff I'd like to give away to Goodwill, so I'll just bring it to your friend's house. We just got his garbage? What? A mountain of expensive-looking art overran the entrance to the house.
These are all by an artist who's getting a lot of buzz in New York, and my friend has such an eye for these sorts of things.
Who cares about taste? I stared daggers at him and put it bluntly. Send it all back!
Even though it was a gift?
I swear, this boy... It took a ton of help from everyone to send a veritable treasure trove back. Meanwhile, Shion just calmly watched everyone work. In the end, my opinion of Shion didn't change much. It was just another day. Is that the end of his bit, and we go back to the main board, maybe? Perfect payback. Clear. Clear! Oh no, we still have a little bit. A little bitty. We have a whiz message! Okay, so I guess we do that before we do this little her heart unknown. Shion learns of just how worried I was for him while he was gone. It's a bit of a surprise to him. Let's see, I'm assuming we do the whiz message first. Yes. Boop. And it is,
who needs pets? I enjoyed today's date, but I'd really prefer if you only doted over me. So don't ever say you want a pet, please.
Do you just like them that much? Pets are cute.
They're cute enough in photos and TV shows, yes, but...
Maybe if you get used to them.
I'd rather not. We have Nayuta already. We don't need any other pet.
He's not wrong. Nayuta is a person.
I saw him eating dog food earlier.
You're kidding!
He bought it by mistake, apparently. He said it was surprisingly tasty.
I'm somehow not surprised. You're kidding.
So let's make do with Nayuta as the family dog, okay? There's a good girl.
I understand you don't want pets, but at least acknowledge Nayuta as a person and entitled to his human rights. Please. Wait a minute. Basically, it ends there. It's like Nayuta is a person. Just click. You're like, hello? Oh no, we want to go back to the board. Okay. Yeah, okay, so her heart unknown, that's this one, right? Yeah, okay. Play this event, yes. That's it! I've had it! It was moments after she stormed out of the living room. Am I supposed to be Shion right now? Oh yeah, okay.
It was moments after she stormed out of the living room. Taiga looked back at me as if the silence were unbearable for him.
You ain't gonna go after her?
No, I doubt she'd listen to me, even if I did.
Yeah, maybe.
I wonder why she's upset, though. Jealousy, maybe?
I don't think that's it.
Why not?
Dude, she was really worried about you, and then you came home like it was no big thing. She probably didn't know how to take it. Maybe she couldn't be upfront about her feelings, or I don't know, she could just be awkward. Taiga actually is the most human out of all of them. I'm just shocked. He is very, like, he kind of, like, he's just, I don't want to say smarter than I thought, because I didn't think he was stupid, but I mean, he's just more, like, intuitive than I expected him to be. You know? You expect him to be, yeah, whatever, she's mad, instead of being like, I don't know, maybe she's just shy or awkward with her feelings, but, like, and you're like, whoa, what? Like, that, she's very insightful and intuitive there, buddy. Shion, you should know, Spacey was super, super worried about you. And she was even ready to go out and look for you by herself, because none of us wanted to go, because we could give a shit less. Less competition for me, I'm just saying. I ad-libbed a little.
Really? What Ichiya said was a bit surprising. But I've had my share of people in love with me, so I can understand that. Now she doesn't love me yet. But she's the type of person to act like she loves someone, even though she doesn't. I wonder what she looked like while I was gone.
Look at him looking all wistful in the corner there.
I wonder what she sounded like when she said she was going to go look for me. Thinking about it made me want to have a conversation with her face to face. I'll apologize to her properly tomorrow.
Yeah, do that. You need to make this better fast, got it?
I smiled at Taiga in reply. Well, I'll take my leave then.
Bye, Kasuga, I miss you.
Jeeves calmly excused himself. I'm sure he was going to check on her. I figured it was best to leave that task to him for now, so I stayed silent.
By the way, Shion, I had something I wanted to ask you.
Yes?
That ex-sugar daddy of yours, the one who kidnapped you? Who the hell is he anyway?
Yeah, so...
We're not gonna get an explanation? Rude.
What?
Whoa, he's like super famous. I see him all the time on TV. You're friends with an amazing person, Shion.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy. He's just really in love. He would make me sit in front of him and he'd just stare at me all the time. It was so boring. He'd bring me all kinds of stuff too, like tea and sweets.
Well, that's what we thought, huh? Yeah, we really hit the nail on the head. I don't even know what to say, Shion.
Oh, it's just normal for me. Yes, this is me. Deep down, the guy who took me just wanted to care for me. So I gave him what he wanted, and that's all it was. I wonder what she'll want from me. Well, I'm pretty tired. I'm going to take a bath. I sauntered to the bathroom, leaving everyone else in a state of disbelief.
Like, what does she want from me? I want you to be your own person, not a puppet! Yeah, her heart unknown, clear. Yay, back to the board. Shion's board level 1, clear! Back to the normal board, and I'm gonna guess we go down here. Ooh, what's this? This is interesting. Oh, okay. Well, here's funny, right? My one true ally with Kasuga leads to this. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Right? Because a second friend, so you meet, that's when you meet Noah, right? And then here, I think it's funny. I feel like that one that's in black and that diamond is a Kasuga one, because this is how I met Kasuga. This is my one true ally, which is Kasuga. And then it goes to this one, which is blocked. But then this one is like, okay, Sumugi's appraisal, when I met Sumugi, and this is all Noah and, like, Sumugi. And then you come down here. That's how those ones loop. That's, like, the main path. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't go to this one. Interesting. A secret meeting. I'm assuming this is where we go. Switchboard automatically goes back to comment. Yeah, a secret meeting. Okay. When a stubborn flirt just won't leave me alone, a man I've never met comes to my rescue. Interesting. A man I've never met. Okay. Someone related to one of our boyfriends. Okay. Because a man I've never met, and it's not Kasuga, so... It's our dad? I thought our dad was dead. Anyway.
Oh, Spacey! Let's go to that shop next.
Don't you think it's a little too cutesy?
Not in the least. There's no such thing as too much frilly lace. Oh, and that shop over there is very tempting too.
God, I love her so much. Huh? Isn't that a negligee boutique?
Oh, I'd only be looking for something for pajama parties, personally. But then again... Sumugi glanced at me and grinned. A giggle slipped from her lips. If the men ever saw how adorable you look in some cute negligee, they'd fall for you on the spot. That's one of the advantages of living together with them.
Sumugi is like way too into this, and I love it. She's got some fucking issues too. But hers are like amazing. Like she's just like, oh my god, you're like in your own Otome game. It's amazing. She is all of us. Sumugi is us. Basically like, oh my god, put on something sexy and make out with them. Do it. We are both the MC and Sumugi at the same time, and it's so weird. Oh, I love her so much. Advantages, she says.
Come on, the next shop is waiting. It's been so long since we last had a girls' day out. We simply must make use of every last minute.
Sumugi started humming with joy. I sighed. It wasn't that I disliked shopping. I did enjoy it, especially when I got to do it together with Sumugi. It's just, Sumugi and I had such utterly different attitudes about the actual act of shopping. In my case, I'd simply summon a department store sales representative to the house. Kasuga would choose some things for me, and I'd pick what I like. That's it. I love the fact that we let fucking Kasuga dress us. I'm okay with this. I mean, I would prefer to pick out my own clothes, but there's something about it that you're like, it's kind of hot that you let your sexy butler dress you. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's a little intimate. Like, he dresses you. He picks your clothes. Because he knows what looks good. I mean, he's just really in tune with us. Come on. But Sumugi would go to shop after shop until she found exactly what she wanted. Sumugi goes store after store, and I just go online and I pick a bunch of shit and I buy it. Except for Kasuga, we're just like, I like all these things. You figure out what out of those which gonna work. You know. So Kasuga's like that second step. You know, we just pick all the shit we like, and Kasuga's the one who goes, yeah, that's not gonna work on you. Instead of you being like, I love this, I'm never gonna wear it, and you buy it anyway, and you're like, I know it wasn't me, and it doesn't work on me, but I like it. See, Kasuga's like that second step verification. He's the, you know, where he's like, I know you like this, but you're never gonna wear it. It's not gonna look good on you, so no. And you know, he's gonna do that for us, which is nice. Anyway, it was frankly exhausting. I was in awe of the sheer amount of energy she had. Shopping is tiring. That's why I do it online. I know it's been a long time since I've actually physically gone in-store shopping. Spacey, hurry! If you keep dragging your feet, we won't have enough time to try on new outfits! You want to try it even more? Can we take a break first? I need to sit down and have something sweet to regain my energy. My tired entreaty was cut off by the ringtone of Sumugi's phone. It's from home. Sumugi looked at me apologetically. I nodded at her unspoken question. Pardon me a moment. Hello, it's me. While Sumugi stepped away, I checked my phone for any convenient cafes nearby where I could take a break. I really wanted something sweet, and if something sweet happened to involve strawberries and whipped cream, all the better. I was still hunting for a cafe when Sumugi finished her call and came back. I'm so sorry. Apparently something's come up at home. I need to return as soon as I can. Sumugi's apologetic expression endured. I shook my head. No, it's all right. It must be important if they called you. We can finish shopping some other time. Thank you for understanding. At least allow me to stay with you until Kasuga picks you up. You don't have to. I'll be all right on my own. I'm not a child, right? Come on, your family needs you. Are you sure? Well, if you insist. Sumugi reluctantly lifted an arm to flag down a taxi. I promise you, Spacey, I will make this up to you some other time. Some other time, then. Sumugi apologized again as she got in the taxi. I saw her off with a smile and a little wave. See you soon! Yes, see you later! Please be careful! Take care of yourself and get home safely! Sumugi continued to shout advice from the moving car. Ugh, she sounded so overwrought. Sighing at Sumugi's overprotective nature, I pulled out my phone. I needed to tell Kasuga to come get me. No, wait a minute. You know, it's not every day I have alone time like this. Maybe I'll take a little stroll. Well, no, I would tell Kasuga to come get me because I'm going to be alone with... Kasuga, I want some alone time with you. That thought crossed my mind and a little thrill shivered in my tummy. This is it. She's like, ha ha ha! Sneaking out alone! Thinking back, I had never been alone out in public like this before. Oh, we're going to get kidnapped now. I mean, it's a trend in this game. Everybody's gotten kidnapped. And going home right now only meant having to deal with whatever shenanigans those four were up to. Yes, I'll have a cup of coffee and go home by myself. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? You're like, I just want to enjoy coffee by my fucking self. I hardened my expression to stop a silly smile from rising on my face and strode off. 10 confident steps later, I ran smack into my first obstacle. Where do I go now? That was the first question. I looked up nearby cafes on my phone and ran into my next obstacle. There were so many cafes and coffee shops, I was overwhelmed with choices. Find the closest one. Normally, I'd simply follow Sumugi to whichever shop she wants to go to. Now that I was alone, it finally hit me that I never really went together with Sumugi, I'm assuming it meant. She'd always taken me along with her. At the same time, I heard Taiga's voice in my head saying the word sheltered. He used it often around me. Only a minute ago, I'd felt so confident, like I could explore the world by myself. Well, it's kind of like, okay. I don't understand her situation because this is the summer house, so she doesn't, or like the vacation house, so she doesn't like live necessarily here. But it's still technically near her school in an area where she lives, so, you know what I mean? It'd be like going to the next city over or something. Because like, you know, you're like, oh, okay, I go to like the next town or a bigger city area where you're like, I'm not too familiar with it, even though it's right there. You know what I mean? Like, and I also don't go out, so, okay. So you're like, she should know, but at the same time, she doesn't really go out a lot, so I wouldn't know it's in the big city next door to me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, we're gonna go downtown. What the fuck's down here? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't. But she's on her phone and then like, oh God, I'm overwhelmed. It's kind of like, just sit down, look something and go, you know what? This cafe looks good. Or just walk a little and look around and be like, you know what? This place looks cute, and pop into it. Just don't wander too much and get totally lost. But if you did, it's fine because you got GPS, a phone, and Kazuga. So, you know, you could literally ask Jeeves. Jeeves being Kazuga. Anyway. Oh, did I read that? I don't know. Only a minute ago I felt so confident like I could explore the world by myself. Yeah. So it's almost like she's in a new city where you're like, I am now in a city I've never been to before, but she lives here. But it's no different than that. You're like, this is, okay, I don't know what to do, but you've got maps on your phone. So it's easy enough while still feeling awkward and like, oh, okay, you know? And yet, now that confidence was deflated, just thinking about my bravado made me flush in embarrassment. I guess I ought to call Kasuga. A thought floated into my mind, and I immediately felt even more embarrassed. Hey, miss, you wouldn't happen to be lost, would you? I don't know, I'm just going to give him a voice until we see him. I looked up on the verge of tears and saw a young man standing there smiling brightly. All right. A cousin or a brother? Said young man. A friend? His cheery expression reminded me a little of a cute plushie I had at home. I know this area pretty well. If there's somewhere you want to go, I can take you there. You've been standing stock still so long, I was getting worried. You know this area? Then, do you know of any good cafes? Cafes? Sure do. I know a really great one that's very close by. Heck, how about I take you there? We could get coffee and chat a while. Okay, does he not have a Sprite? Let's go get coffee and chat. It was a line I'd heard many times before. Every time it came up, Sumugi's expression turned icy. I'm not interested. Get lost. Or she would say something else along those lines. In other words, this man was hitting on me. The moment I realized that, I was suddenly very annoyed by his presence. Men like him pretended to be kind, then they'd pry into their unwary victims and take advantage of them. It was one of the sleaziest things a person could do. Letting my aggravation show, I fixed him with the glare. Okay, he doesn't have a Sprite, so it could just be some random dude and not somebody. I was like, some guy I didn't know, and I'm like, is it someone they know, though? Maybe not. I can find it on my own, thank you. I appreciate the help, but that's all I need. Please leave me alone. I can take care of myself. I quickly walked away, just as I'd observed Sumugi do countless times in the same situation. He'd be like, I'm sorry, I don't think my boyfriend would approve. I don't want to make him give up and slink away. It won't. Oh, I get it. You're one of those hard-to-get tsundere types, eh? I'm totally down with that. Come on, you can open up to me, honey. Let's go get coffee. Wow, no means no, motherfucker. Kick him in the nuts, Spacey. Okay, Kasuga needs to come up here and save my ass. Leave me alone. I started walking faster, hoping to shake him loose, but then the man reached out to grab me, his hand just barely brushing past my arm. Oh, you slipped away. Judo chop him in the throat. A cold shiver ran down my spine and my voice fled. Wait a minute. Weren't we going to get all fucking judo choppy with one of the fucking boys and we were like, when we were going to run out and go chase down Shion and we were like, I'm going to have to take these motherfuckers out. And then Kasuga bashed them in the head with the door. And now this guy tries to touch us and we're like, we're going to get all wafy. Nah, bitch. Nuh-uh. Self-defense classes. You take them for a reason. Use them now. Even if you're about to, like, punch him in the face and then someone of your boyfriends comes up to rescue you, that's cool. As long as you're not going to be like, cowering. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. I'll be so mad. We were going to kick our boyfriend's fucking asses to go find our other boyfriend. This motherfucker's going to touch me and I'm not going to try to punch him? No, girl. I'd never been treated this way before. No one had ever dared take such a crass attitude with the Tojo family air. I mean, I understand in this situation you'd be like, wait, what? But like, you took defense classes for a reason, so you gotta pull it together and punch him. But to this man, I was just another high school girl. One that he could easily push around, hit on, and handle however he wanted. But you know kung fu or whatever, I don't know what it is. I shuddered, the realization sinking in. Clenching my jaw, I desperately tried to keep myself from hyperventilating. I can't show any fear. I have to look confident and keep resisting him until he gives up, or punch him. Just as I was trying to think of something to say, I don't think this is one of our boyfriends. I think this is another dude. Hey, keep your greasy mitts off my girlfriend, please. Ouch! Hey, let go, bro! I don't know who this is. Is it one of our boyfriends? Another man walked up. In one motion, he twisted the other man's arm away from me and pulled me close to him. Okay, see? This is going to be, if it's not one of our boyfriendos, it's going to be someone they know, because he's got a Sprite and we got a CG. Why does he... He looks like Ichiya. Because of the hair. Does Ichiya have, like, pinky-colored eyes? Why can't I remember what color eyes Ichiya has? Yes, he does. Wait. Okay. So he knows Ichiya. He's got to be related to him somehow. Wait, are we gonna get, like, sexy side piece brothers? Oh, son of a bitch game. That's not cool. Anyway. Too stunned to speak, I stared at the newcomer. I mean, he's kind of hot, because, I mean, I'm assuming he's related to Ichiya. But also, they just make the men hot in this game, so. He wasn't Kasuga, that was for sure. In fact, I'd never seen him before. He noticed me looking at him and gave me a quick, sly wink. But I love the fact that we get a CG with this guy! It's not even he gets a Sprite! We get a CG with a rando! If we don't get sexy CGs with freaking Kasuga... If we don't get to date Kasuga at the end, I'm gonna be mad. But I'm just saying, side piece gets a CG. Have we ever really gotten CGs with our side pieces before? They might be in CGs, but never like this. Anyway. I'm sorry for earlier. I didn't think it would upset you that badly. I really am sorry. Will you forgive me? And he smiled. He's pretending to be my boyfriend. The man who'd hit on me blinked in surprise, but recovered quickly. Speaking harshly, he said, "Hey, quit lying. You aren't anybody's boyfriend. This chick was totally lost a minute ago. If she did have a boyfriend, she would have called him then." Didn't you hear what I just said? We had a little spat, and she can be stubborn when she's angry about something. But now here I am, making you hurt because you thought you could just grab her. Need more proof? Oh my god, are we gonna get kissed by this random man? Proof? What proof? This isn't proof of any- Ow! Let me go! I don't know if that was the voice he had, but now it is, because he's a douche, so... The man who hit on me shrieked in pain as his arm was twisted further. My rescuer looked at me and smiled, almost like he was giving me a cue. I suddenly realized what his smile was asking of me. Hesitantly, I started to speak. I was so scared. I'm not mad. Not anymore. Thank you for coming. No, this was all my fault. You're so cute I couldn't help but tease you and I took it overboard. Will you forgive me? Yes, of course. He nodded and then turned to the man who'd hit on me, a big smile on his face. There, see? That's your proof that she's absolutely my girlfriend. Now take off. He loosened his grip on the other man's arm. The sleazeball jerked his arm free and slunk away. Look at his freaking hat, though. Like, what is with the hat? Why is it so big? I mean, I love a hat on a man, but, like, why is it so big? He's like, I have, like, ass-length hair just piled up in here. I mean, it's so big. It's like, I mean, I have little cabbie hat kind of things like that, too, but they're not that quite as, like, woo! That one's a little over the top. That ought to do it, I think. As soon as the coast was clear, he removed his hand from my shoulder. I apologize if I was sticking my nose where it wasn't welcome. From my angle, it seemed like you were in trouble. I was. You're a very big help. Thank you. Be more careful next time, okay? If you give guys like him a single opening, they pounce like wolves. They specifically prey on lost and confused people. I'm sorry. I apologize, feeling a rush of embarrassment over my naivety. I can't believe I trusted that skeevy man even for a second, and to have to rely on a stranger to come rescue me? I was ashamed of myself. If Grandfather or the others found out about this, they'd never let me hear the end of it. They will, because I'm pretty sure he's related somehow to Ichiya. I couldn't hide my disappointment in myself. Apparently this upset my rescuer as he hurriedly spoke up. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound like I was lecturing you or anything. Really? Oh, yeah. Didn't he say you were lost? Were you on your way somewhere? Let me walk you there just to make up for upsetting you. I quickly shook my head. No, thank you. I'm fine. I was just on my way home. I'll have someone come and pick me up. Okay, then how about I keep you company until your ride arrives? It would suck if another guy came up and started this crap all over again. But you know, I'd really like it if we could go get coffee somewhere while we wait. Getting coffee together. Hearing that line a second time, and so soon after the first, made me gulp. Yes, he did help me, but I'd once again started to blindly trust a person I'd only just met. couldn't believe my own stupidity. There was a part of me that when he was like, hey, hands off my girlfriend, and it was like, is this a ruse that the two of them do? Like, it's a scam? Like, okay, you go up and hit on her, and I'll come in and rescue her, and then, like, whatever. And then, and next time you be the guy that, yeah, and they, like, tag team this shit. Like, that's what I was just... Meanwhile, you're like, where is my wallet? He must have noticed my expression shift because he gave me a wry smile. Don't worry, I don't intend to do anything slimy. I just thought you should probably go someplace where you can sit down and sit and calm down. He reached out and gently touched my hands. I mean, you're shaking. I didn't notice until he mentioned it, but he was correct. I was physically shaking. I hugged myself and took a deep breath, trying to make it stop. If I called Kasuga and he found me like this, I had the feeling he wouldn't just call the police. He'd be livid at me, too. Oh my god, I want Kasuga to yell at me so bad. Nayuta and a little bit of Ichiya has rubbed off on me because I kind of want Kasuga to punish me right now. I want Kasuga to yell at me. Oh god, yell at me. Can you pin me to a wall and yell at me? Just call me names. Yeah, no. Yeah, keep calling me names. I feel like Kasuga would be like, why do I bother? And you're like, nah, no, come back and yell at me more. I get Nayuta in that sense, just a little bit, okay? I don't want somebody to step on me with their sharp, pointy heels, but I do want Kasuga to yell at me just a little. Just once in a while. Moreover, this was the type of embarrassing mistake that a member of the Tojo family was not allowed to make. If they don't want you to make this mistake, they shouldn't keep you a shut-in. I'm just saying. Please. He looked at me with eyes wide with gentle concern. Slowly, I nodded. Why does she not look at him and be like, well, you kind of remind me of Ichiya, but... I know a cafe near here that has great pancakes and a decent selection of teas. Let's go there and take a minute to collect ourselves, okay? He started walking. I quietly followed behind him. Maybe I should ask his name. This way, when somebody finds you, you're like, this is just random guy. This is question mark. I'm very grateful for your assistance earlier today. You rescued me from a very awkward situation. After we'd made our orders, I offered him a more formal thank you. Don't worry about it. I get to enjoy tea and a snack with you, so I consider myself well compensated. See? Ichiya, you should learn from your cousin, brother, husband, dad, uncle, dog. I don't know who he is, but I'm just saying, I feel like Ichiya, related to Ichiya somehow. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But, like, I feel like... because he's got the same color hair and eyes. But also, like, he is, like, way more suave. Like, Ichiya's over there like, oh, my darling, I would catch the moon and the stars for you. And he's over here like, well, I mean, I helped you and I get to have nice snacks with you. It's like, he's smooth. He is smooth. He is smooth, creamy peanut butter. And Ichiya, you were like chunky peanut butter where it's like, I mean, you're still peanut butter, but like, Jesus Christ, sometimes I don't want to chew nuts. And you are so fucking nutty. A little cheesy, but you know, that's the best analogy I could come up with. Anyway, I had to find something to say. Any conversation topic, maybe ask his name. And yet words escaped me. I had no idea what to say. The silence stretched on, making me even more nervous. I had to find something to talk about, but what? What to talk about? Thank you very much for your help. I thanked him again, bowing in my seat. He broke out in a muffled chuckle. You already thanked me. I felt a blush creeping up my cheeks. I quickly looked down at my lap. You're an interesting one. Come to think of it, I haven't introduced myself yet. You can call me... go ahead and call me brother. Brother? Yeah, I'd say we're practically family after today. But I don't think... How about big bro, then? That's not much better. Sorry, I couldn't help teasing you. You can call me Kazu. Kazu smiled broadly as he apologized. He was clearly having fun. He looked at me expectantly. I'm... Tojo. For some reason the word felt stuck in my throat. I couldn't make it come out. It was a name that changed people, for better or worse. Just say Spacey. Even if I even said Tojo, a person with whom I'd been having a normal, pleasant conversation with would suddenly look at me with a different glint in their eyes. The change always frightened me. If you don't want to say that's fine. I'd rather not go around saying, hey you, though. Let's come up with a nickname for you. Why don't you just be like, you know what? We're so close, you should just call me my first name. You're quite pretty, Miss Beauty, perhaps? But your hair is nice, too. How about Lovely Locks or Snow Princess? Your complexion sure matches the name. Okay, I'm sorry. You have got to be fucking Ichiya's twin brother because you are almost as cheesy as him, but still slightly better. There's no way you are not related to Ichiya when you are saying shit like this. At first you were smooth, you're getting a little chunky now. They're getting a little cheese. You're getting a little cheese up in here. What the hell? My name's Spacey. My name popped out in a rush. Kazu smiled, looking very entertained by the whole thing. I mean, he's like, we can call you Miss Beauty or whatever, and he made you nervous enough to tell you his name, so, like, I don't know if that's smooth or cheesy, or it's just smooth cheese. I don't know. But, like, he's a little cheesy. There's a little bit of cheese in this. Like, it's Spacey then. Gotcha. At least I managed to avoid any cheesy nicknames. See? Cheesy nickname! They twins. I stifled a short sigh of relief. We're over time, but our server arrived with our orders just then. I was thankful for the perfect timing. 1 strawberries and cream pancake stack and 1 chocolate banana cream... I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say the I don't know, because it's like French or something, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but that thing. Anyway, with ice cream on the side. The pancakes are hers. Here you go. Wow. Kazu's plate. I saw a mountain of bananas, chocolate mousse, ice cream. The toppings alone stretched up and up. The whatever itself was enormous. What is that? How do you pronounce? I don't know how to pronounce it. I really don't. Maybe I've heard the word before, but I just when you see it, you're like, I don't know. I don't know. I take it you like sweet things? Oh, not particularly. It's just whenever I come here, I give in to temptation and go a little overboard. He mumbled it's good and ducked his head shyly. I simply nodded. It does look delicious. My pancakes were unbelievably fluffy, my knife sinking into them with hardly any encouragement. I cut a modestly sized bite, put some whipped cream and strawberries on it, and brought it to my mouth. The mildly sweet and foamy pancake, the surprisingly light whipped cream, and then there were the tangy strawberries smothered with smooth chocolate sauce. They were like on a date with like a man we don't know. It was so delicious I couldn't help but let a little sound of happiness escape me. I'm glad you like them. Kazu smiled at me again, and I felt myself flush in embarrassment at my slip-up. I want to know who he's related. He's got to be related to Ichiya somehow. I quickly took a sip of tea to collect myself, breathing a soft sigh of relief. This was so peaceful. I could hardly remember the last time I'd felt so relaxed over a cup of tea. I was with a person I'd only just met, too, and yet I felt strangely at ease. Okay, so, like... can we get a fan disc where we can date him? And, like, other side character? I'm just gonna assume that now we've seen that... Are we gonna get... Does everybody have, like, a brother in this that we could date? Because that'd be great. Also... He's a little, I mean, I'm like, he's a lot less cheesy than Ichiya. I'm just guessing it's like some kind of related to him. Because, I mean, hi, you can't have the bluish black hair and the red eyes and tell me they're not related, right? Come on, they're identical. And they're also both very cheesy. Ichiya is like the king. And he is just like bottom level introductory cheese. But he's still cheese. But like, so there's a part of me that wants to be like, God, Ichiya, you should be more smooth like your brother. But at the same time, you're like, but I kind of like Ichiya's sad, cheesy patheticness. It's kind of fun. So, like, I don't know now. But I'm going to need a side game where we can date him. Because, you know, I mean, if we're going to have a secret fifth route or our final ending, it better be fucking Kasuga or I will punch a bitch. Look, Kazu, you're kind of cute and all. But, like, if I don't get to marry Kasuga, I'm going to throw shit. Anyway. I was with a person I'd only just met, too, and yet I felt strangely at ease. When this part's done, we'll wrap up, but I can't, you know. It would never be like this with them. And he's related to one of them! Guaranteed. See? I mean, look, come on. Spacey, these strawberries are as red and luscious as your lips. It's as if they're a pile of rubies selected just to compliment your mouth. Come on. He's way cheesier, but I'm just saying. Look at him! Look at him! You're telling me that Kazu they have the same hair and eyes! Come on. Do you mind if I have a taste? What? You call this princess fluff food? It's hardly gonna fill anyone up. Hell, it's just gonna make you fat, babe. Dick. True, but... This dish is plated rather nicely, I'd say. It's well decorated. Oh, is there anything else on the menu that's caught your fancy? Order anything you'd like. The gentleman in the seat over there generously offered to cover my bill for me. I was like, how are you going to spin Shion's as being bad? And then that. Okay. Oh, wow. It's like all you can eat whipped cream. We can both just stuff our faces. Excuse me. Can I order this? No, wait. Just bring me one of everything on the menu, please. I wish he had been like, oh, a squirrel. I just can't. Sorry? Did I do something wrong? I must have said that out loud because Kazu suddenly looked up worried. Oh, no, you didn't. I'm sorry. I was thinking of some acquaintances of mine. Acquaintances? Though they certainly don't act like they're simply acquaintances. I doubted any of them would learn the meaning of restraint, even if I ground the dictionary in their faces. Then they're your friends. I'd really rather not be friends with them. If we did become friends, where would they take me to hang out? What activities would they expect me to do? I had no idea, and that terrified me. If you'd rather not be friends, then do you want to be lovers with one of them, maybe? No! My answer was immediate and blunt. Kazu grimaced. Oh, well, I guess there are relationships out there that aren't easily defined. Is the person in question a man? I nodded. If you want to talk, I'm totally okay with listening. Sometimes opening up to someone you don't know very well is easier than talking to someone you're closer with. Kazu smiled encouragingly, but I hesitated. He didn't know me. At all. Not only did he not know about my suitors, he didn't even know that I was part of the Tojo family. When I looked at things from that angle, the burden of the ordeal felt just a little bit lighter. You see, I've been maneuvered into something like a courtship with 4 men. 4 at the same time. That's incredible. And all of them are unemployed. I have to admit it, as a businessman, it's kind of difficult to wrap my mind around that. I could tell Kazu was a little put off. I nodded in complete understanding. I couldn't wrap my mind around it either. And I had to live with it. And if they're in between jobs, as you mentioned, I'm sure they have a lot of time on their hands. Have their advances been, forceful? Not so much forceful as just a little pushy, I guess. They're definitely very vocal. Ah, and they're driving you up a wall. Yes! Kazu looked down, thinking for a moment. I love this! We have a best friendy-mance with this man. Can't you simply turn them down? If you apologize and say you can't go out with them, won't they leave you alone? You want to pretend to be my boyfriend, Kazu? There are circumstances that make doing so impossible. Just recalling the situation made me grit my teeth in annoyance. Not that easy, huh? No. I assume that since they obviously bother you that much, you don't harbor any fondness for them. Fondness. Every time I was asked that, conflicting emotions welled up inside me. They're loud and aggravating, yes, but they are bad people, I suppose. It's just, when people ask me if I'm in love, I don't know how to answer, I suppose. It irritated me that I couldn't explain it properly. I didn't hate them, at least I didn't think so. But what I felt towards them wasn't an emotion I could comfortably identify as love. What did love feel like anyway? If it ever did blossom in me, would I be able to point to it? Would I be able to point and say, that's love? Yes, point to Kasuga and say it. Those thoughts were getting more and more invasive and were taking up more of my daily life. I bit back a sigh, electing not to vent my turmoil. But Kazu spoke up. Well, this part's going to go long, by the way, obviously, because we're over time and, Kazu just won't quit, but just fine. You're a kind and earnest person, Spacey. Huh? Going out with someone when your feelings are still fuzzy isn't easy on you, or them. It also causes a lot of grief for the people around you. But others pressure you to choose, which only makes it harder to figure out how you really feel. It's confusing, disheartening. At least, that's how I see it. Yes, that's exactly it! Marry me, Kazu! I almost leapt from my seat, but stopped myself. I was shocked. I'd never met anyone who could give voice to my feelings so clearly. Simply knowing someone understood was enough to make my dilemma feel smaller by an order of magnitude. I think Kasuga knows he just can't say anything because he's supposed to be your butler. He can't tell you that he loves you. As I let relief wash over me, Kazu sat quietly and watched. After a moment, he said, You really are a sweet and wonderful person. Personally, I think you're doing fine just as you are. Think it over. Take the time you need to find the answer that fits you. There's no rush. Kazu's words soaked into me like a balm. He's buttering me up, and I appreciate it, though. See, this is the thing! Ichiya! He is smooth! He's like, you're a sweet and wonderful person. You're like, yeah. Wait, I barely know you. Meanwhile, Ichiya would be like, you are sweet like honey. You are so wonderful that I just want to bask in your glow. And you're like, okay, seriously, what the fuck, buddy? Meanwhile, Kazu over here is like, you're sweet and wonderful. And you're like, aww. See, I'm just saying, Ichiya, maybe tone it down a little. I felt like I had finally heard the words I'd been aching to hear for a long time. Though, yeah, we barely know each other, so take my advice with a shaker assault, okay? Kazu smiled, but I shook my head. Not a grain, a shaker. Appreciate you. No, that was very insightful. I greatly appreciate the advice. Thank you. Well, I'm glad it was helpful. You may not think it, but I'm actually pretty good at listening and giving people advice. Kazu's smile was mischievous. I couldn't help but smile along with him. I can't wait till we find out he's related to Ichiya! He has to be! There's no way you look identical to him and you're not related to the man! Ooh! Secret relationships and family members coming out of the woodwork! Anyway, we're gonna stop here and we'll find out more about Kazu in the next part, hopefully. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more!